2021, they just resigned in America, and all over the world also people follow this trend. And organizations were struggling to keep their employees, or retain their employees. They started to increasing their uh, salaries, flexible working hours, online portals, and all the stuff. Right? There are many other reasons for that, but economy must, not just must. I will say that economy does have a impact on your HR policies, HR decisions, HR planning. Labor unions. So what are those? So they represents workers which seeks to protect their interests through collective bargaining. So in unionized organizations, many HR decisions are dictated by these unions. So which generally defines them, okay, you need to hire workers from workers family, at least some known person, or over supplied person you need to hire, or over area people, because over there is poverty, and you need to hire from our side, improve our work conditions or salaries and all those stuff. So this does affect the HR planning, HR process, right? They can also talk, disturb you by having a call for strike. If you do not follow their suggestions or something, so they can create disputes, they can halt the production, they can call complete shutdown, strikes, and all the stuff. So it's going to be very hard for the organization to manage this kind of situation. And this comes under HRM, to manage people. Guys, if you have any question, please, you can ask. Pablo, any question?
No question, sir.
Nat, Nisha, Justin, Jangwe, Philip, Oliver, Morris, Fabricio, Nisha.
No, it's clear, sir.
Everything clear, sir.
No question, sir.
Okay. And the next factor, that is that external factor that affect the HR process, we call this affirmative action. Affirmative action, which are governed by the country's laws and a number of important laws and regulation affect what you can and cannot do legally as a manager. So in laws and rulings, sorry, this is the external factor, and affirmative actions are under laws and rulings, and every country has its own. Now if you come to Shanghai, Shanghai has its own labor laws. At least you need to pay a janitor or unskilled worker at least they will say that, okay, 3,000 RMB. In other cities or province, it is up to even 1,000. So every municipal government or every city government, they have their own laws and rulings regarding to workers, regarding to HR. The laws and rulings have as well. So affirmative actions are organizational program that enhance the status of members to protected group. So which means to ensure that decision and practices enhance the employment, upgrading, and retention of the members, such as minorities and females. For example, you can say that, okay, those, if you hired Muslim, they cannot eat pork, so they have separate canteen or something. Like in Donghua University, we have a separate Muslim canteen as well, Xinjiang canteen. Indian style food and all the stuff. We have Korean people over there, so we have separate Korean canteen as well. All right. Then if you have females employees as well, so you make their restrooms or different women's female rooms as well, so that they can go there and relax and chat and just you know so affirmative actions are those which are not just required by law, or maybe in some cases required by law, but organization itself takes some actions proactively to protect its groups, and can be minorities, it can be religious minorities, it can be uh, you know provincial minority, it can be gender minority, or whatsoever. Okay. So we have the laws and regulations. Of course, this book is US centric, so it has more US laws, but you can just confirm from your own country laws as well, or even the Chinese as well. So you have, sorry, Equal Pay Act, you have Civil Rights Act, you have discrimination, vocational rehabilitation, disabilities, this kind of stuff. Okay, so there are many. So no need to remember by heart. So I'm not forcing you to remember by heart all this stuff. I'm not testing your memory, because every country has its own. But the catch here is that every country has its own laws. Some laws are common, but variation can be different, right? So you need to be aware if you are working in a country. So you must understand their HR policy if you are in HR role. Now, the extension of HRM is the global extension HRM, which means nowadays, so the workforce consisted of both local and international. So you need to well aware the laws in which employees are working. For example, a UK company hiring online employees all over the world. So what are the rights of the person who is in Nigeria, who is in China, and who is in Spain? All right. So you need to think about that. If they want to fire him, hire him, or promote him, what are the policies? Because they are not in UK. So what are their laws stating this work environment? So work council, groups of nominated or elected employees who must be consulted when management make decision involving personnel. So whenever there is some kind of firing procedure, so there must be some employees here who also act as work council. If a new person is coming, so they contact to them. Okay, what are the values or culture of this firm? What should be the deadline? Should be relaxed or not? And should I complete the 9 hours job, or should I just focus on my work and then I can go around and just is task oriented or time oriented or whatsoever? And if you are fired, so there are some people who can guide you for further employment, can buck you up, can motivate you, because you are already in online working environment, and it's going to be very hard for you to go out to search for a job, because people are accustomed by sitting on their chair on their homes, and it's going to be very hard for them to look for the job through online portal, so they can help you. And then board representatives, employees who sits on company's board of directors and represent the interests of firm's employees. This is also good. Why? Because we know that the corporation runs owned by shareholders, run by management, and inside there is company. So this is company. Sorry about my bad hand writing. I'm not that good artist. I should be, but sorry about that. So this is a company, owned by shareholders, run by a manager. So there is inherent agency conflict that managers will work for increasing their own salary. Shareholders will always complain that managers are not working for us, not increasing our share mark price, our investment. So in order to solve this problem, so managers, they do some kind of stuff. We call this aligning the goals. So they, whenever the board of directors, they plan for their compensation, they include market shares. So if market share increases, management salaries increases. So the other thing is they hire a board of directors in the management who also is an advocate for employees as well. If they are earning good for the shareholders, so shareholder must also give them some kind of benefits as well. So they make sure that their rights, the employees' rights, are protected or not. And then the external factor is demography. So demography can be age, race, your gender, ethnicity, and all, you can think about that. So workers age 55 and older make up 16.3% of the workforce. In China, this is more than 40%. So that's why China and Japanese economies, they are called gray economy or silver economy, because most of their workforce, they are having gray hairs, silver hairs. So managing them is going to be difficult. Why? Because it's hard for them to learn new skills, and also their cost is rising. What kind of cost? Their medical costs. So this is for US. I'm just going to go through a little bit fast. I'm just going to give you a taste that Hispanics makes up 13%, women makes up 47%. So Generation Yers, they make up 24%, black make up 13%. And every segment here has their own needs, and you need to manage that, right? Now, human resource planning. The first step in HRM process. So how do you plan that, how much we need to hire, what kind of person we need to